Um, Basically, it's a few things that I wrote down that I basically would give as far as the things that I've done, that I've learned in uh 10 years of real estate investing or just purchasing real estate. So one of them I'll say is you want to learn as much as you can about the common structures of a single family and multifamily home. So I've took construction classes in a local community college. I've also even kept the book because it was a very valuable book. You don't have to take a class. You can just research just the different types of homes, the different types of roofs or architectural designs, such as I'll just give you quickly. You have ranch style houses. You have gable style houses. You have Victorian style houses. Basically brick uh, f- uh, structures and frame. Usually, most houses commonly are either brick or frame, but you have different type of general architectural designs, such as a ranch style house, and it's different types of houses. So you want to research all of that because you want to embrace, you want to immerse yourself with all of this because you're trying to actually be a real estate investor. You want to be an expert. You want to know exactly what you're talking about. You want to walk the walk. You want to talk the talk. Okay. So another thing is you want to also learn the exteriors, interiors, and basements. Now, the thing is that I've already in one of my videos I've laid out what's in the modern basements of most single family homes, right? Um, I'm in the works of doing the exteriors and interiors, but I know the basements are part of the interior. But basements, because there's so much going on in the basements I would say are in a category of themselves. They it's so much to a basement that I separated it from interiors and exteriors because it's just so much. But you wanna basically know what's the exterior of houses, such as primarily the roof, and windows are part of that, and siding or brick, the tuck pointing, if like the tuck pointing needs to be done, and then the interiors, kitchens, bathrooms, the rooms, the closets, the floors, the underlayment. You want to know these types of things. You want to know these structures, what they're called, the names, and everything. Because when you actually go talk to a contractor to do some work on your house, when you know exactly what you're talking about, one, the contractor's gonna know this dude knows what the hell he's talking about. Or this woman knows what the hell she's talking about. It's gonna be hard for me to finesse this dude, one, or woman, and then two, this person is a professional, so they're gonna be easier to work with because they know exactly what they need, what is called, and everything with that. And you also want to know cost. I mentioned that on my other videos too. I didn't put this in here, but you want to know the cost of common repairs. Briefly, I'll just say it's a website called costhelper.com. It tells you the typical cost of like repairs such as like floors, like installing floors, carpet, roof repair versus roof completely roof installation or reinstallation. So those costs are on there, and it's like you have a gauge. It's like the starting price versus the highest price, So that you want to also know. Now, moving along, you want to learn housing conditions based off of the grades from F to A. So, like for example, I resell shoes. So I kind of restore shoes. So when I list my shoes or whatever, primarily on eBay, I put the condition. I put the condition as being either like A or B or C. Like A is like brand new, pretty much. But I don't even sell shoes that are below C. I really don't. I don't even think I'll even buy shoes that I think that are below a C, like a D or F. But all of that aside, with houses, I'm gonna do a video on housing grades to kind of piggyback off of this, because I'm gonna put in pictures of the outside of a house and the inside of the house, so you know what it looks like. Like, as far as just the reason why you want to know housing grades, so you could determine the deal as quickly as possible. So, like, for example, I don't recommend anyone to deal with houses that are F grade houses, or even D grade if you're a rookie. The reason why is because if you're a rookie and you've never did any deal like that, and you're not a contractor, or you're not a carpenter or master carpenter, you're not going to know how to actually deal with this house. And then also, it's one of the most expensive house to repairs, because F grade also is like commonly known as like, why the F would you buy it? Because usually F grade houses are tear downs. Even D grade houses, you want to say, are a lot of times considered tear downs, whereas like pretty much the cost of repairing it is not worth it, versus just tearing it down. And if like it's in a valuable, and then another thing is, I'm gonna also do a video, because I'm not perfect, but you want to also know the neighborhood grades. um Unfortunately, we're not in utopia. So there's F grade neighborhoods as well as A grade neighborhoods too. So I've talked about that also on my other videos. But as far as the housing grades, if you buy an F grade house in a A grade community, right, it's not necessarily a bad deal, because if you bought a F grade house in a A grade community, you could just tear it down, and you could get a property built on top of that house that you demolished, and you'll get bang for your buck usually, because it's in a very good community, okay, or it's in a very like high demand community. I mean, usually um communities like that, they don't have that many F grade houses, because people have already demolished it and used the land, or even demolished the properties to sell the land. Because the typical cost to demolish a house is anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000 or 5,000. I've even heard people actually doing it themselves. I've never uh, done that myself, but basically they use basically a bulldozer to bulldoze the house. I mean, not something small. They use like some like construction level bulldozer that you would see on a construction site for like a large building downtown or something like that. So yeah, you want to know quickly, okay, is this a C grade house, D grade? What is the grade of this house? Um, Typically most houses, because people are, houses deteriorate over time. Even if it's nobody inside the house, the houses are material. Material degrades. Just like a human body, it degrades over time. So, houses constantly need repair, or, like if it's a brick, it needs tuck pointing. Foundations sometimes sink. So, with that being said, most people that already live in their houses, They're C grade or